All right, good morning, everybody. Time to get started. Hope everybody's had a good morning so far. We're gonna take a look at a few different charts here. We're gonna start by running through some events. 8:30, we had a few different things come out. Initial jobless claims, Empire State Manufacturing, Philadelphia, manufacturing survey, import prices. All in all, ES doing very did a little drop, pop, and back down here. As you can see here on the 10-minute, let me get into view. All right, so slight weakness here after, testing these 50, 31, 50s back to the lower parts of things. Overnight lows right around this 50, 11. So we'll see how this progresses. Aside from that, we do have numbers at 9:15. Excuse me, just a couple minutes. Industrial production numbers, capacity utilization, and then at 10 we have home builder confidence index. At 1:15 we have Christopher Waller speaking, and then later tonight after market closes you have Bostich speaking as well. Earnings reports for today: Crocs, DE, and then Wendy's before the market open. Out of those three, you have Crocs with the best reaction, initial reaction up quite considerably here, around 5%. Watches 511 to hold 510. Aside from that, we have DKNG, Coin, Roku, AMAT, Dash, and Toast aftermarket closes. So that's going to be interesting to follow. Quite a packed aftermarket close earnings report day today so far. Aside from that, I'm just going to run through a few different kind of thoughts. ES yesterday held a higher low and then squeezed into the close. Very, excellent close to the day. We did test this 4980 yesterday and dipped under, tested previous day POC, and then pushed up. And so you can see that the spike base from yesterday, I'm gonna count as 4981. So for some reason we do get a drop to 4981, that could be a good area to look for a long. Aside from that, you have 5,000, but my must hold is going to be this 5,013.75, and then, just even number 5,010, 11-ish. We'll watch that as well. So overnight low is right around this 5,011. So these 2-3 points here are very, very important. Let's see if this 50-20 holds. If 50-20 holds, if we can hold above 50-20 all day long, I think we can reverse higher into the close. So watch for a break under, perhaps test this overnight lows, and then a recovery of 50-20 for a bigger move higher. All right. Some names that I'm liking: Netflix looking pretty good. Remember we do have Roku numbers coming after market close, but fantastic move into the close yesterday. Probably some short covering into today. But this one is looking beautifully. You could play this 583.61, 585 break into 590, 600. You can also look for a back test of this 579.64, 580. And if that holds, you could perhaps trade that. I'm also liking Meta. Meta's looking pretty good here. It's still within this channel, but it's starting to show some relative strength here, up almost 3% yesterday. So beautiful little dip into that 453 area, 455, and now bouncing here. So slightly higher low here on the daily as well with the triple bottom. So Meta is looking nice as well. I like Meta above 480. Above 480 could produce a move into 486. Amazon, more of a side kind of watch here. Bezos apparently has been selling shares for, I think over the last 2 days, but yesterday was a pretty good day. And I think this one is just a matter of time that we're going to push higher. So I have a few alerts here just to make sure that even though I'm not looking at it or watching it, we can catch that, push higher. Watch that 172.50 or 171.70. That could be the start, the genesis of that move to the higher, uh, to that breakout area. Nvidia is worth mentioning still, still not showing weakness, although yesterday it did, but they're buying it back up as soon as the market is showing some firmness. And so Nvidia, um, let's see if it holds that 735 and then perhaps migrates higher. SMCI is making new highs, 930. Yeah, I mean, this has been good for people who like to chase or for people who are actively watching this on dips. All right, so watch for something like that today again. If we can get a dip down to 900 or even yesterday's highs, that could be a good spot to go long, perhaps. So it's just something to watch for. Premiums are crazy, but if it's moving 100 points a day, you can still make money on it. I thought AMD yesterday, produced a really nice kind of breakout candle here. And so for today, you want to see some sort of continuation. And so if you can hold this 177.85, break 180.63, 181 area, we could move to 185. So just worth keeping an eye on there. Disney, I was watching Disney 111 yesterday, and you can see how it's still there, right? It's on its way, but look at the volume. So you need to produce some volume in order to push higher. So let's see if we can get that today. D-Dog, I still have some alerts at 183. So we'll watch that. And just give me 1 second here. Now I'm good to go here. MA, we were watching this yesterday and then just firmed up and pushing higher. 465, we can move higher on this one, break into new all-time highs. Visa, similar, 280. Break above 280 here. Could push. Watch yesterday's highs and the previous day before that. Crocs, as I said earlier, I kind of like this one for some sort of back test maybe. We've got to see if it's something that we can buy on a dip, but some real good stuff going on there. ARM, a little slower now, but holding up, okay? It's holding up. I think I think I saw a headline yesterday about NVIDIA investing in AMD or ARM. So let's see if it could catch some sort of momentum there. We'll keep an eye on this one. I would watch 133 and then 140 plus. Aside from that, we have Shake Shack blowing up here after earnings report, pushing higher. Yeah, I mean, wait, you got to monitor this one. I would say 87 is an area to watch for a hold. But I don't want to chase something 15% up. APPN is looking pretty good as well. Moving higher here. Earnings. Coin and Bitcoin is still holding up really nicely. Super strong here around 52,000. So you have Coin, MSTR, all the other MARA. They're all looking pretty good. So Coin, watch that 162 backtest. Solar is looking pretty okay too. You can see how EMPH now is back above the 200-day moving average. With this one, what you can do is you can watch for a backtest and hold of that 200-day moving average. That could be a pretty good trade. But as far as SPX, yesterday was a pretty good example of the day before testing this trend line, holding, closing above. Second day, opening a little higher up, testing the trend line almost perfectly, and then pushing higher, back above the 9-day moving average. So for now, this is just a dip that has been bought, similar to this one over here. All right. So what do we expect here? I would like to see 5,000 to hold SPX. SPX 5,000 holding. Could be something that we could maybe trade a reversal on. But keep an eye. We have PPI tomorrow before the market opens. So yeah, I'd be curious to know what happens. Do we get some sort of continuation of this move or not? Depends on the number, I guess. But if it's a positive report, I think we could push new all-time highs. Just building off of the CPI Wednesday. All right. So that's all I got for y'all. It's pretty straightforward. Crocs is selling off all of a sudden here. That's a big candle lower. And this is where it needs to hold, Crocs. 111, 112. That's the local high from over here. Any questions or charts you want me to take a look at? All right, let's go through some requests here from the members. All right, let's start with DWAC. Looks like they're pushing it higher here, holding up really nicely. I mean, watch even numbers on this one. It's up 30% for for a reason I don't know. But 50 back, this could be something. Watch the high here, break up 58, 59. Uh, CLH looks good. I mean, held the 200, pushing higher, the higher low here. Looks like it's moving back to the highs. CLH looking pretty good. Still in a wider range here. But if we can move back up here, I think we could move towards 100 in the next 6 months. Yeah, cost looking pretty good here. It looks like it wants to break this trend line that goes across. Nice little dip fuel bar. Nice little dip fuel and on its way. You do have earnings coming up in a couple of weeks. So that's something to keep an eye on. Um, hmm, give you some levels. Something I would look at. Cost, Nike. Nike, it's all about that 200, mate. A move back above 200. I think it's harder under 111. But a recovery of the 200 with some good news. I think this one could move. As you can see with earnings, it pushed lower. So this one needs a little time and needs a little good news. But it might be dead money until next earnings, which is coming up on the March 21st. Perhaps a good idea just to wait on Nike. Not a whole lot there. Next. Net is looking good. I think this is your first kind of candle of a reversal in net after that sell-off. I think anything above 110 could visit 115, 120, 123, 126. Earnings report low. That's an important level to recover around 105. A recovery of the earnings report low down here. That would be a failed breakdown of and gap fill that could catch a little bit more momentum. So net is not bad, actually. Watch that 105 into 110. Still low volume, okay? So that could go both ways. But I like it when these names gap up, attempt to fill the gap, recover it, and then you can get some sort of push higher. So not a terrible, dip buy. If you test 100, that could be an excellent dip buy. Watch that. Any questions or anything else? This toast is looking good. Nice recovery of this earnings report, sell off. Has earnings later. Dash. Oh, new highs. That's a nice comeback dash from the lows around 40. It's up 3 times here. DKNG, let's see. Has earnings moving really nicely. Roku. Let's see. Remember last time I had earnings, we did really, really well. All right. Roku was around 60, right, in November. And we're trading near 90 here. We visited 110, moved lower. Nice little pullback. I mean, this could be an excellent area to go long, okay? But earnings, that's your little. Yeah, and then OX, Nvidia invested in them, so doubled. Yeah, this one is you remember this one used to be a meme. Y'all remember all this, right? So, it looks like it's catching a little bit more attention here. Whenever you have a big company like Nvidia investing in it, it's gonna do this. It's just incredible. Yeah, NNOX, I believe there was something like about there's always this picture on the internet that about their scanner or whatever the hell it was. It used to move this crazy. I used to trade it in 2020, I think it was. So 2020, 2019, was it? I gotta see. Yeah, I'll be here. This stupidness here. 2021, yeah. It went to 100. Yeah, you got to put all this into context, but I mean, this is a good candle here. You'll have some profit takers. Watch 10, 200-day moving average. Your thing. SNCI is 940 here. All right, I'm shutting down the YouTube stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're doing members only now. Thank you so much.